Welcome to Narranomicon, a local-first AI narration studio for Windows. Whether you are creating an audiobook, a YouTube voiceover, character dialogue, or any other spoken content, Narranomicon transforms your written text into natural-sounding narration using AI text-to-speech models running directly on your own computer. Because everything happens locally, your source material, projects, and generated audio remain entirely under your control. When you launch Narranomicon, you're presented with the home page. From here, you can create a new narration, open an existing project, or quickly return to one of your recent narrations. Recent projects make it easy to pick up exactly where you left off without searching through folders. Let's create a new narration. Every narration begins with a title and your source text. You can also add an optional description to help identify the project later. If your script already exists in another application, simply paste it into the editor or drag and drop a plain text or markdown file directly onto the page. When a markdown file is imported, Narranomicon automatically removes the formatting so the text is ready for narration. In this early version of Narranomicon, every new project automatically includes all the voices currently configured in the application. Future releases will allow you to customize which voices are available for each narration as part of the creation process. When you are ready, choose Create and select where you'd like to save the narration project. Narranomicon saves the project as a single narration file and automatically creates a dedicated working folder for it. This folder stores generated audio, exports, and other files used while you work, keeping each narration organized and self-contained. Once the project has been created, Narranomicon opens the main workspace. This is where you'll spend most of your time creating and refining your narration. At the top of the workspace, you'll find information about the current project, including its save status, total word count, the number of sections, how many sections have generated audio, and how many require regeneration after being edited. One of the biggest advantages of Narranomicon is the way it works with long-form content. Instead of treating your entire script as one enormous block of text, Narranomicon automatically divides it into smaller sections. That means when you make changes, you only need to regenerate the sections that were affected instead of recreating the entire narration. This makes editing much faster, especially for larger projects. Selecting a section displays its details in the editor. From here, you can revise the text, assign a different voice when needed, and adjust the amount of silence before or after that section. These small timing adjustments are especially useful for creating more natural pacing in the finished narration. If you decide that a section should appear earlier or later in the script, simply reorder it within the project. Narranomicon automatically keeps everything organized so your final narration follows the updated sequence. Whenever you edit the text or change the assigned voice, Narranomicon lets you know that the existing audio no longer matches the current version of the script. Rather than forcing you to regenerate everything, only the sections that have changed need to be generated again. Generating audio is straightforward. You can generate a single section while you're working, multiple selected sections, only sections that don't yet have audio, only sections that have changed, or regenerate the entire narration. This flexibility allows you to iterate quickly without wasting time recreating audio that is already complete. Narranomicon also keeps previous generations instead of immediately replacing them. This makes it easy to compare different results, return to an earlier version if you prefer it, or experiment with different voices and settings without losing previous work. At any point, you can preview generated audio directly within the application, making it easy to review your narration as you continue editing. When your narration is complete, exporting combines all of the generated sections into a single WAV file. Any pauses you've configured between sections are automatically included, producing a finished narration that's ready for editing, publishing, or use in your favorite audio or video production software. Like any creative project, it's important to save your work as you go. Narranomicon supports saving your current project, creating a copy with Save As, and safely closing the narration while prompting you if there are unsaved changes. The settings page is available throughout the application and contains the options that apply to all of your narration projects. The first section manages your voice library. Narranomicon uses source voice samples to create different narration voices. You can add new voice samples, organize them with descriptive names and metadata, update existing voices, remove voices you no longer need, and generate preview samples so you can quickly hear how each voice sounds before using it in a project. Settings also provides access to the local AI generation configuration. Here you can initialize the narration engine, review the configured text-to-speech model, and configure the local Python environment that powers audio generation behind the scenes. You'll also find options for choosing the default locations where narration projects and working folders are stored, making it easy to organize your library however you prefer. Playback preferences and recent project settings can also be customized from this page. Narranomicon is designed to make long-form AI narration practical and efficient. Create a project from your own text, edit it as your script evolves, regenerate only the sections that change, experiment with different voices, and export a finished narration whenever you're ready. By keeping everything local, Narranomicon gives you complete ownership of your projects while providing a flexible workflow for creating high-quality narrated audio.